Hello friends, in today's video, we will turn the pages of history where a single small call changed the world. So let's begin this interesting journey of the mobile phone. Our story begins not with today's smartphones but 150 years ago. In the year 1876, Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. He received the patent in America on March 7, 1876, and during the first successful telephone call on March 10, 1876, in Boston, Massachusetts, Bell said to his assistant Thomas Watson, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." This was the first time a human voice had traveled from one place to another through electrical wires. Initially, the telephone was a luxury, where you had to call an operator to get a number connected. Gradually, rotary dial phones arrived, followed by push-button ones. The telephone transported the human voice miles away for the first time, but we were still tied to wires. You might be surprised to know that Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, never wanted people to say hello on the phone. He wanted people to start conversations by saying ahoy, which was a word used on ships at that time. So the question arises, where did hello come from? The credit goes to the great inventor Thomas Edison. Early telephone lines were very noisy, and the sound of hello was so powerful that it could be recognized even amidst the noise. Thomas Edison suggested this in an 1877 letter written to the Central District and Printing Telegraph Company in Pittsburgh. With the start of the world's first commercial telephone exchange by George Coy in New Haven, Connecticut, USA, on January 28, 1878, hello became so popular that it left ahoy behind. There is also an old rumor spreading on the internet that hello was the name of Graham Bell's girlfriend, but in reality, Graham Bell's girlfriend's name was Mabel Gardner Hubbard, who later went on to become Graham Bell's wife. While the world had already learned to communicate over the telephone, another revolution was brewing behind the scenes. In 1969, the U.S. Department of Defense's agency, ARPA, developed ARPANET, which was the earliest form of the Internet. Its main objective was to create a network that allowed computers to share data with each other even if they were in different locations. On October 29, 1969, the first message was sent between the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, and the Stanford Research Institute. Later, in 1989, Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web, WWW, which made the Internet accessible to the general public. In those early days, the Internet and the telephone had a deep connection. We used dial-up connections, where a telephone line was required to run the Internet. If someone was talking on the phone, the Internet would disconnect. The foundation of mobile phone history was laid on April 3, 1973. On a busy street in New York, Motorola engineer Martin Cooper made the world's first mobile call. He made this call to his rival Joel Engel of Bell Labs to tell him that he had won the race for portable phones. The name of that phone was Motorola Dynatac 8000X. This phone was nothing like today's phones. It weighed about 1.1 kilograms, was 9 inches long, and was called the Brick. Imagine, at that time it took 10 hours to charge and you could only talk for 30 to 35 minutes. An interesting thing here is that the world's first commercial 1G network was started by NTT Company in Japan in 1979, but this handheld Motorola phone was launched commercially in the US in 1983. At that time, its price was about $4,000. It was only owned by the wealthy back then. This was the era of 1G, first generation, where only voice calls were possible on analog signals. In the early 90s, the world moved towards 2G, GSM technology. This was the biggest turning point in the history of mobile phones because signals shifted from analog to digital. At this time, SMS, short message service or messaging, began in mobile phones. On December 3, 1992, engineer Neil Papworth sent the world's first commercial SMS. He sent Merry Christmas from a computer to an Orbitel 901 mobile phone via Vodafone's network, which was received by Vodafone director Richard Jarvis. This historic message was sent from the United Kingdom. During this era, the Finnish company Nokia entered the market and dominated the entire world. The Nokia 1011 was the first mass-produced GSM phone. This was followed by models like the Nokia 3310 and 1100, which are still remembered today for their durability and long battery life. Around this time, small games like the Snake game and ringtones became popular in phones. Phones were no longer just a toy for the rich but began reaching the general public. Motorola also launched the Star TAC, which was the world's first flip phone, making mobile phones cool and fashionable. By the late 90s, basic browsing and cameras had already made their debut in mobile phones. The real shift began in 2002, when the BlackBerry 5810 created a stir in the corporate world by introducing wireless email and voice calling together. Now the office was in our pocket. A major turning point in the tech world came in 2005 when Google acquired Android Inc. This move by Google was destined to completely redefine the mobile operating system in the future. But the real explosion was yet to come. On January 9, 2007, on a stage in San Francisco, Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone to the world. The iPhone ended the era of physical button keypads and laid the foundation for the full touchscreen era. Exactly 1 year later, in 2008, Google launched its first Android phone in the market. While the iPhone was a premium experience, Android brought this technology to people of every budget. Around the same time, the arrival of 3G technology made it possible to watch videos and run fast internet on phones, and from here began the world of apps that changed the way we work. After 2010, 4G LTE changed the pace of the world. While on one hand Apple was building its premium identity, on the other hand the South Korean company Samsung shook the entire world smartphone market with its Galaxy series. It was Samsung that started the phablet, large-screen phone trend and established its identity across the world through its S series today. Now the mobile phone is not just a means of communication but has become a cinema hall, bank, office and gaming console. Platforms like Instagram, WhatsApp and YouTube made the mobile the center of social life. Phone cameras became so advanced that they started replacing professional cameras. Then came the era of 5G, which pushed data speeds into gigabits. Today we have foldable phones that we can fold like a book. Artificial intelligence, AI, is now in every part of our phones. Today's smartphone is even more powerful than the supercomputers of the past. So friends, the journey from that heavy Motorola phone to today's slim and intelligent smartphone proves that there is no limit to human imagination. Perhaps in the future, technology will become so smart that we won't even need to hold a phone in our hands. Now, a question for all of you. Which mobile company do you like the most? Do let us know in the comments. If you liked this video, then please like it and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video. Until then, thank you.